Hope you enjoyed yesterday's class. We have been discussing now about the evolution of management called classical approach, modern approach means quantitative approach and classical approach, scientific approach and quantitative approach. So yesterday we have discussed the contribution of the evolution of management thoughts, how the management evolved from the barter system through Adam Smith contribution and then turned to scientific management theory. So at that time you must note the contribution given by Karl Marx, because the Adam Smith theory completely focused on capitalistic view. At that time, labors are the most perishable commodity, so their efficiency is very important than the capital and other factors of production. It was the concept of Karl Marx. So that also turned a very important focus to labors. That is the paradigm shift of management from how to squeeze the employees to how to improve the efficiency to the employees. Okay. Yesterday I told you about the classical approach. I remember that classical approach includes the scientific management theories as well as the general administrative theories. Okay, means the contribution of the Frederick Winslow Taylor, Frank and Lillian Gilbert, Henry Gand, etc. come under the scientific management theories. Then from the scientific management theories gradually turned into the focus of the system change, that is actually focused on the general administrative theory. Henry Fayol is the pioneer in that field. Also Max Weber, also one of the major contributor of the general administrative theory, because general administrative theorists developed general theories of what managers do and what constitutes good management practices. Fayol, for example, whose contribution mainly happened in France, developed 14 principles of management. They are called the fundamental and universal principles of management practices. Like that, Max Weber of Germany developed a theory called bureaucracy theory, bureaucratic approach. It is an ideal type of organization characterized by division of labor, a clearly defined hierarchy, detailed rules and regulations, and interpersonal relationship, etc., focused by Max Weber. Among the general administrative theory, why Henry Fayol is called the pioneer or the father of modern management? Because his 14 principles are excellent and amazing, that will completely change the system of an organization, or it will help the administration of an organization. So manager is also an administrator. He has to provide maximum prosperity and happiness to both the employer and employee. We studied already, it's an art, science, etc. So we have to administer the organization in a scientific way. That's why Fayol contribute 14 principles as a division of labor, authority, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest. I am not explaining too much. Remuneration, centralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of tenor of personal initiative, and esprit de corps. That means from division of labor to esprit de corps, each principles are helping the managers to administer their organization in a smooth way. He completely develop a system. That system can easily change the style of administration. Weber focused mainly on division of labor, authority hierarchy, formal selection of employees, formal rules and regulations, impersonality of the employees, and career orientation. So actually, it is an extension to the contribution of Henry Fayol. Then the second approach, from the classical approach, the second approach, human resource approach, developed by, for example, father of cooperative movement called Robert Owen, Hugo Munsterberg. He created the field of industrial psychology, one of the beautiful system he developed. It is a scientific study of individuals at work to maximize their productivity and adjustment. He developed his theory in 1913, I remember. Then Mark Parker Follett recognized that organization could be viewed from the perspective of individual and group behavior. We remember also the contribution given by Chester Bernard in the human resource approach. He developed so many theories in 1930, mainly in 1938, because he wrote a very good book, Acceptance of Authority, the functions of the executive. Yes, I remember. He expressed his views on the acceptance of authority in his book, The Functions of the Executive. So, these are the various studies. Also, some Hawthorne experiments also done in 1920 and 1930s that provided new insights into group norms and behavior. Hawthorne effect means the social norms or standards of the group are the key determinants of the individual work behavior. The Hawthorne experiments mainly change the prevalent view of the time that people were no different than machine. You remember? So, at that time, the human relations movement also came into existence. Human relations movement generally focus on the belief that the employee satisfaction is very important. Actually, this is the human relation movement is a paradigm shift of the management concepts, because in this movement, for example, Dale Carnegie, Abraham Maslow, McGregor, everybody says that a satisfied worker is believed to be a productive worker. They advocate in people's capabilities and were concerned with making management practices more humane. That was a revolution in the history of management. That is why human relations movement are the golden movement of the management system. Clear? Classical approach, I told you, the behavior approach and the quantitative approach. Next approach is there. Quantitative approach evolved out of the development of mathematical and statistical solutions. That is why it is called mainly the operational approach or operational research methods. It involves the use of statistics, optimization of models, information models, and computer simulations to improve the management decision making for planning and controlling. Clear? So I told you I conclude the major approaches of management are three. One is classical approach, the second is human resource approach, and third is quantitative approach. Classical approach includes Taylor and scientific approach and general administrative approach. Human resource approach developed the backlash of the overly mechanistic view of the employees held by the classists. It evolved in the Great Depression period. That was also very important. The quantitative approach, that means the mathematics model, evolved in the World War, and a statistical solution is required to solve all managerial issues. So these are the major schools of thoughts, and these are the important point about the evolution of management. I think you will get an idea from this. Okay, thank you.